Hey YouTube! So today I'm going to do a more normal look for me personally, which means design work and just having fun with things. And I'm going to be using colors and designs, and it's going to spread pretty decently, which is why I am wearing this lovely strapless dress. And I have a random hair trying to go into my eye. But anyway, yeah, normally what you would see from me is fairly tame for what I usually do. So I decided to show you a bit more of the flip side, my normal stuff. Okay, let's get started. First, I'm going to start with the eyes. Now for the eyes today, I'm thinking probably mostly neutrals, but lined with white eyeliner and then green eyeshadow, a really nice emerald green. Partly due to the green going well with my dress and helping me with my eye color, because my eyes shift between grays, greens, and blues all the time. And when I wear green or blue near my eyes, it brings out and intensifies any color there today or that day. So let's get started. First, I am going to take my normal e.l.f. palette that has gotten lots of love, and I'm going to be taking one of these shimmery neutral colors and adding it right to the center. And really clearly focusing it in the center. Leaving my inner corner and outer corner fairly open. And I'm going to pack this on pretty decently. Yeah. Eventually mixing this shimmery color with my gold shimmery color. Just slightly. But I really want to pack that in to give it a really nice punch, really nice boldness, if you will. But that's just my personal style. You can do this however you want. Okay, now after that's done, I'm going to wipe my brush off on a makeup remover wipe. Maybe not the best thing ultimately for just doing a quick rinse, if you will, but it works fairly decently. Next, I'm going to take a matte neutrally tone. I'm going to mix a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of this one, which is a more reddish brown, and a little bit of this. But this one is going to mostly go in the crease and be a good blending color for the outside corner. But the darker one is just going to be focused right here in this part of the outside corner. Okay? So first I'm just going to lightly do the darker color. And to the other eye. And I will be blending, so it's not a big deal if I mess up a little bit here. Now I'm just going to wipe that off a bit and then go into the other color, the lighter one. And I'm going to start that in the inner corner of the crease and then just bring it out. And I'm also going to pack a good amount of that in the outer corner and do that. And I am making kinda just a nice, pretty big semi-wing shape right here. Now I'm going to rinse that brush off a little bit in case I need it later. And then I'm going to just take this brush, this small one, and put a light shade up on the brow bone. Not quite white, it's just pretty much my skin tone. And I'm just going to start blending. First I'm going to be blending what's on this outer corner here into my under eye area. Next I'm just going to lightly in circling motions blend out the outer edge. Just tiny little circular motions. And I'm going to go in with more of that light color. Bring it out around the outside edge as well. Kinda gonna pack that on a little bit myself. Just to help give it some blending, transition-y stuff. So that it doesn't look too harsh. And I'm also going to be blending inwards into the shimmery color I added initially. Now on this side, now this is just to kinda make the transition less harsh. And the lines less defined. Now, for me, this is quite the neutrally look, but for some of you, it may be a bit bold. Next, I'm going to be taking a shimmery pearl color and just popping that into my inner corners. To really, really open up my eyes and just make me look more awake. Next, I'm going to just take this white eyeliner pencil and make a line along my upper eyelid. Now, I'm making this fairly thick because I am going to be using falsies later. But why am I using a white eyeliner? That's for the green. Because I'm going to be using an emerald green for my eyeliner, for my top eyelid. And this will give it a nice base. Now I'm going to slightly wipe off the extra eyeshadow that ended up on my eyeliner pencil, and now I am going to take this little eyeliner brush and my nice emerald green, which is very shimmery, and I'm going to pack that onto the white eyeliner. Until I get the build up and color payoff that I want. Okay, next I'm going to take the brush again, and this time add a much thinner line of that same green along my bottom lashes. But I'm not using the white base for this so that it won't be as bold. Now I'm going to put some of that white eyeliner in my waterline. Because this trick helps my eyes look bigger and rounder and slightly more dull or anime-like, which is kind of a style that I like a lot. Now, before I go in with the falsies, I'm going to go in with my Miss Manga mascara and apply a fairly generous coat to my lashes. And of course do mascara face. Okay, now I'm going to be grabbing my tweezers so that I can apply the falsies fairly easily. Going to set my eyeshadow palette aside for now, because once the design work gets going, I'm going to need it again. Okay, so I'm going to be using this Duo brush-on adhesive with vitamins and eyelash adhesive, and these old fake eyelashes that I've honestly only worn once. Okay, so I'm just going to pull gently off from the thing. Gently just use my tweezers to hold it. Wipe off extra glue from the brush, and this has a very thin band, so it will be easier to hide close to my lash line. Just gonna let that dry a little bit for a couple seconds till it gets tacky. Now I'm gonna come in close. And adjust the eyelashes along my lash line. If I can get them to stick. There we go. Not really. Okay, looks like all the glue dried up. I'm going to try this again. Well, without failure, we never learn. So, try again. Finally, success. Yay! You can tell I don't wear falsies very often. However, today I felt they would work really nicely. So, here we go. Another generous count. Not too much, not too little. This. And we come in. And I'm just going to use the back of my tweezers to gently adjust. And make sure everything's actually sticking where it's supposed to. Okay, so now that I have the lashes on, it's time for the fun part. First, I'm going to work on some contour. So I'm just going to be taking this contour stick that was by Hard Candy and isn't very expensive at all, honestly. See, most of my stuff is really inexpensive because I never buy any makeup that costs more than $10. Now, when it comes to my brushes, however, I am willing to be a bit more pricey with that. And for me, I'm just going to contour a little bit more around the outer edges because I have a fairly large forehead. Now, I like a nice, sharp, fairly angular jaw. And a little bit of a wet chin for me. Now, I'm also going to contour a little bit for these. Just so it actually looks like I have decent sized ones. But not too decently sized. And I'm just going to pat that with my beauty blender. Or dupe, because I can't afford an actual beauty blender. And I'm just blending. It also sort of helps that I have a tiny bit of foundation left in the Beauty Blender dupe to help with the blending, but is unnecessary. I look a little less 2D and a bit more 3D again. Now for my highlight, I'm going to be using this Shimmering Loose eyeshadow in Honeysuckle that I literally only paid $1 for. So, like I said, you don't have to be expensive with your makeup. So, first I'm just going to take that color just along the top of things here. And I'm just going to be packing this on everywhere I want it. And then I will be blending again with the Beauty Blender dupe. This will also help bring a little bit of color back into my face that is frankly not naturally there all the time. Perks of being a pale girl. And so I'm just going to take this Beauty Blender dupe and really blend everything out. And there we go. I am all blended. Okay, and untucking the leg from under me because, ow. Okay, now for the starting of my design work, I'm going to be taking this eyeliner gel in Snow White and a eyeliner brush, and I'm going to start with my designs. Frankly, what I'm doing now could actually constitute being called a fairy theme to makeup. There is no particular pattern besides just sorta keeping it with nature. Now, as I said, I am going down my chest a little bit. With basically a vine design. And now for this, for the chest vine, I'm going to be going in with the other eyeliner brush and the emerald green and this green. Actually, no. I'm going to be taking this pencil brush, I think. in doing that. Why? Because it saves time. Now, I personally like more nature-inspired looks myself. However, you guys may not. And that's alright. You can just go on and look for other makeup tutorials. Okay, now, for the extra fun part, I'm going to be adding some flowers. So I'm just going to be taking that same brush, wiped clean, and I'm going to be swirling it in my blue. And then swirling it on my face to make petals. Now I'm leaving the center part empty on purpose. And I'm just putting these near the vines, but not in a specific pattern or a specific number. And of course they can all range in size. The main point of importance is that I keep them near the vines. Now I'm going to go in with another shade of blue, and I'm also going to add more flowers. Now the handy thing about the ones on my chest, I can actually look down at myself to see them. Now, the flowers don't have a white base behind them, so they aren't necessarily going to be as bright as the green vines, but they're still awesome. Okay, now I'm just really quickly wiping off that brush, and I'm going to go in with my orange with a little bit of gold mixed in, and fill in the centers of those flowers. Now for this one, I left it the way I did on purpose, because I'm going to be adding more shades of blue to each of the petals. Now I'm just going to really make sure that center's packed in, and there you have it. This is my sort of fairy inspired makeup look. Well, my first. Obviously, this is based more on a nature fairy, yeah, than a knight or other various varieties of fairy. Hope you enjoy!
Also, some of the time I'm talking, I don't know what I'm talking